Question number 4, Jim Fairlie.
Congratulations, Presiding Officer, on your new role. I look forward to working with you and engaging with you over the coming years. I'd like to ask the First Minister what dialogue the Scottish Government has had with the UK Government on the potentially damaging tariff and quota-free trade deal that is being proposed by the UK and Australian governments.
First Minister.
Can I firstly take the opportunity to welcome Jim Fairlie to Parliament? It makes that afternoon in Letham in the torrential rain all the more worth it to see him in his place in this chamber. The Cabinet Secretary for Rural Affairs and the Minister for Business met UK Government Ministers on the 25th and 26th of May to reiterate our concerns about the devastating impact that the UK Government proposed deal could have on our farming communities. That followed an earlier letter from the Rural Affairs Secretary to the UK Trade Secretary on 19th of May, but the UK Government seems determined to shut the Scottish Government out of this decision-making process, just as it has ignored our interests throughout the Brexit process. We are extremely concerned that yet again a crucial decision affecting Scotland's future is being taken by this Tory Government, not just against the wishes of people who live here, but fundamentally against the interests of people who live here.
Jim Fairlie.
I'd like to thank the First Minister for that answer. Yesterday you gave multiple opportunities for the opposition parties to work with the Scottish Government in supporting the people of Scotland. So does the First Minister share the concerns of the President of the National Farmers Union of Scotland, who's in John Swinney's constituency, who said, and I quote, "We were promised that any future deal wouldn't undermine Scottish and UK farmers with any deal. We would feel betrayed if that were to happen." Now, Douglas Ross actually wrote to all the farmers in my constituency 4 days after my nomination, telling them that he was going to be the farmers' champion here in Scotland. And I'm just wondering if this is going to be one of those red lines he's going to gaily skip over like a newborn calf. So would the First Minister agree with me if this will be a total betrayal of Scotland's farmers, as it has been with the fishermen?
First Minister.
Douglas Ross seems intent on telling Jim Fairlie, for some reason best known to him, that he's a lamb, not a calf. But I think the general point stands that nobody on the Tory benches seems willing to stand up for the interests of Scottish farmers. This is a Tory party, of course, that has already betrayed Scotland's fishing communities, and it now seems to be about to betray Scotland's farming communities. What we must see is that any imports of Australian agri-food should be produced to equivalent standards of Scottish production. Imports must be controlled by tariff rate quotas. Anything short of that, short of course of what the Tories promised, will be a betrayal of our farmers and will be deeply damaging to the Scottish economy. So we hear a lot of rhetoric from the Conservatives about standing up for Scottish business. We've heard it again today. Perhaps it's about time they actually stood up for our farming community and told their bosses in the UK Government that what is proposed is simply not acceptable.